Canadian non-profit organization Aman Lara runs a network of safe houses around Kabul for Afghans who worked as interpreters for the Canadian military and non-governmental organizations, many of whom were left behind after Canada halted emergency evacuations from the capital in August. Wendy Long, director of the Afghan Canadian Interpreters, says the majority of the 1,700 people in safe houses already have approval to come to Canada, but they're stuck in limbo with little communication from the government.
It's wonderful to send out these approvals, but that is not the end of the job. The level of urgency that we saw in August still needs to remain.
And now, Aman Lara says they're unable to keep some doors open past November 5th. The safe houses are currently funded by charities and private donations. The nonprofit is asking the government to help keep the lights on for now, but also to speed up the process of getting interpreters out of the country.
We also don't want the funding at the expense of, okay, well, we'll just fund this indefinitely. We want these people to have a clear path to Canada.
Global Affairs did not respond to CHCH's request for comment. Long says that even with the correct paperwork, many Afghans are getting desperate. She's been in contact with families there, including one man who has had the right documentation since August, but couldn't make it to the airport, which has been a scene of chaos and violence as the Taliban took over.
He's traveling with, young children and a wife, and it was not feasible.
She says the man and his family attempted to cross the border earlier this week to Pakistan, but couldn't.
There was no way of getting even near the gate. The crowds, the stench, the people crying, and he witnessed, terrible kind of things there, people fainting.
The Halton Refugee Help Centre says that even as newcomers touch down on Canadian soil, they're stuck waiting once again.
There's hundreds of families in hotels waiting. Their quarantine period is over, but they're just waiting for, more. They have nowhere to go. Their paperwork isn't processed. They don't have their SIN numbers. They don't have, their health cards and things like that.
Canada's defense minister announced a few days ago that the country will resettle up to 322 more Afghans who helped to NATO countries, on top of the 40,000 the country committed to last month. And some of those interpreters and their families will be settled in Hamilton, according to the Afghan Association here. Emily Tayler, CHCH News.